Greetings and welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. I'm Adrienne Houghton, and I am delighted to welcome into the studio today Twyla Surrency, who is the leading stylist and owner of Essentiate You Salon and Day Spa. And she's going to tell us all about the services that she offers and one special story. So welcome, Twyla. It's a delight to have you here.
I'm welcome to be here as well.
So tell me, how did you get involved in the cosmetology field, first of all?
I actually got in cosmetology field when something happened drastically to my hairstylist, and her shop burned down, and then I had no one to do my hair at the time, and I was kind of like upset about that, so I had to start doing my own hair, and then I started getting a lot of people asking me to do their hair, and I was like, no, I need to go to hair school and learn a little bit more about it. So that's how I pretty much got into the cosmetology field.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that's a fairly dramatic start, isn't it?
Yeah, it was. It was drastic.
And what makes your spa so unique, do you think?
I think my spa is unique because of the services that I offer. We also offer coaching, and I also offer meal plans to those who are willing to take it a little bit further than just coming in and just doing just feeling
service. Nice, yeah.
Exactly.
And so if somebody wants to come along to your spa and they've never been to a spa before, what would you advise them?
I would just advise them that if you're coming, we can give you a relaxing experience. Just depending on what their goals are when they come into the spa, I can recommend certain services to them, just to make them feel good or look good. We're all about feeling and looking good at
Absolutely, absolutely. Now you have one particular service that no other spa within a 100-mile radius actually administers. So would you like to tell us about that?
Sure, that is the Fit Body Wrap. It's not like the basic wraps that is out there, like the old-fashioned wraps where they wrap you with the gauze and
yeah,
and then you have to run on the elliptical. Well, this one is not like that. This is when you just basically lay there and relax. You put on a fit booster. We actually spray you down with a fit booster, which helps with the cellulites. And we also put on a zip-up suit. You lay up under a heated blanket and you just relax. Most people lay there, go to sleep.
So it's like getting into a sleeping bag or something?
Exactly, just like a sleeping bag. And I actually have a picture here to show this is what it looks like here.
Oh, wow. So this is
the Fit Body Wrap.
I have to say, that does look quite comfortable. It's certainly not what it used to be with the wrapping.
And working out for an hour. So we don't do any of that.
No.
Everything is about relaxing. But the one benefit of the Fit Body Wraps is it helps burn calories. You can burn up to 1,000 calories just in one sitting.
Really?
Also lose anywhere from 1 inch to 3 to 6 inches in one sitting as well.
And how long does that last? Because obviously a lot of that will be water, wouldn't it?
A lot of it would be water, but it lasts pretty bit of time. I've actually did it myself, and it actually helps with it doesn't come back right away. And I've had a lot of people tell me the same thing. If the more you do, the more results you get. You will see difference in your weight loss within one sitting. I've actually had a lady lost a tremendous lot, which coming in 3 days a week for 3 weeks.
Wow. Now, does it also get rid of toxins, or
it gets rid of toxins? It helps with pain management. We offer it for a lot of people come in just for the pain benefit of it. Like if you're having joint pain,
arthritis or something,
arthritis, even working out, it helps soothe those muscles from working out. So, because it's using the infrared light, which actually goes in and heat the body from inside out. So.
Well, that's fantastic. So you really cover a lot with health and wellness, as well as just making people feel nice. So tell me, what are your top 5 tips that you would like to give to people about keeping themselves fit and healthy?
Well, one of the tips that I like to give is you need to make sure that you have to it's a lifestyle change.
Yeah.
So nothing's permanent. It's going to have to be a lifestyle change if you're trying to reach a certain goal for as weight loss. You want to make sure that you're eating right, exercise, because even with the services that I provide, you still need to exercise.
Yes.
It's mandatory that we get that exercise in to move
as
that
much as we hate it.
Exactly. Have to have some cardio in there. Diet. Definitely have to make sure your diet is in there as well, because without a diet, you're just wasting your time. You can lose the weight, but you're just going to put it right back on.
There's no magic pill.
Exactly.
There's no magic pill.
And try to, always work on you, We have to take that time out to make sure that we're happy with who we are from the inside out. And
Fantastic.
That's the main thing that, that's most important, that I think people come in and I can counsel them on.
Yes. Well done. Thank you so much. Now, if people want to get hold of you, how do they get in contact?
Well, they can reach me at my website at accentuateyou.com, or they can reach me at 904-444-9478.
Well, thank you for coming in and telling us, and I'm excited about that fit body wrap. That sounds really good. And we'll be right back after these messages. Greetings and welcome to Fashion Focus. Although the children are gearing up to go back to school, summer is still very much in the air. And today I'm talking skirts. The midi skirt made a glorious comeback, but there are lots to choose from. So here are my 5 picks. Number 1, this knee-length fine pleat tulle skirt from Bershka can be worn casually with platform sneakers and a tank top, or for a more formal look with a silk blouse and heels. This is available in 4 colors at $35. Number 2, for a bohemian appeal, this Boden heron blue lightweight skirt with a high-low hem is feminine, crease-free, and absolutely ideal for travel at $65. Number 3, look modern and chic with this black and white spotted floppy miniskirt. Tuck in a classic tee to tie the stylish look together, and it's from Topshop at $55. Number 4, a printed gauze pleated full-length skirt in caramel colors with an elastic waist and cord fastening, $59.99 from Mango. And finally, this Rixo pink silk creped sheen skirt with graphic tiger stripes was a Fashion Week attendee favorite. The ruffled hem looks really pretty with kitten heels. Net-a-porter for $141. I'm Adrienne Houghton, and thank you for watching Fashion Focus. Greetings and welcome back to the Jacksonville Buzz. Now, in 2009, the Jacksonville Public Education Fund was established purely and simply to help improve public schools in the Duval County area. And joining me in the studio today is Rachel Tutwiler Fortune, the Executive Vice President of the Jacksonville Public Education Fund, and our one and only Buzz contributor, Miss Angela Spears. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well. How are you? It's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
It's an exciting conversation that we're going to have because it's a huge task that you have on your hands. How do you achieve such an excellent outcome for your students?
Well, thank you for asking, and thank you so much again for having me. In our community, unfortunately, students of color, students who are from low-income backgrounds don't always have the same educational opportunities or outcomes as their peers. So we at the Jacksonville Public Education Fund are really focused on helping to close the opportunity gap for our local students. We really believe it is imperative, and it's our community's responsibility to make sure every child has access to a high-quality public education. So we're leveraging our capacities in data and research, community engagement, policy analysis, really helping our community make strategic investments to help improve our public schools.
And Rachel, as Executive Director of JPEF, are you also working with teachers, with the educators in the school system? Because it is important to involve the community, but what about the educators who are there on the grounds?
Absolutely, and I'm so glad you asked that question. You know, what we have found throughout our work is that really making sure that we attract and retain great teachers, that we strengthen the school leadership pipeline. Those are some of the most pressing issues facing our public schools. And so we have determined as the forward-looking focus of our organization to really focus specifically on those areas. And we've been working to really celebrate, elevate, and empower our educators as a critical focus of our organization.
Now, Duval County is a huge area. How many schools are under your guidance?
Well, we do have a lot of schools in Duval County, and the Jacksonville Public Education Fund is really focused on strategic improvements in all of our public schools. We have specifically determined that in order to move the needle for the students I described earlier, our students of color, our low-income students, then we need to really focus on our Title I schools. And so we're focused on those that, really serve the largest percentage of our low-income students.
And are you working on specific issues? Because you're getting the community involved. You guys do surveys, right? You're talking with the community, you're talking with businesses. What issues, as we're going into this new school year, school just started for kids in Duval County yesterday, what issues are you really focusing on?
I love that question. As we celebrate 10 years of impact, JPEF is especially excited to be launching our new school leadership initiative. And as a part of that work, what we're really doing is focusing on 4 key areas. We're really building the capacity of our school leaders to help attract and retain great teachers. We're focusing on helping them to build the culture and climate of their school building that will contribute to all of their students being supported to be successful. So that includes addressing disciplinary practices that are impartial to some students, as well as building healthy relationships and just really an environment in which teachers are supported to ensure their students are successful. Students feel like this is their special place to belong. The third area that we're really focused on is family and community engagement, and really supporting our leaders to help effectively engage parents and community stakeholders around the success of our young people. And last but not least, our principals really are the CEOs of their small organizations, and we don't always think of them in that way. So we really want to help build the leadership capacity of the school principals themselves so that they feel that they can effectively use data, they can effectively strategically plan and really help retain the employees and the staff that will help ensure the success of the young people.
Now, you mentioned that it's 10 years that it's been established, and your anniversary is very soon, if not now.
That's right. Right now, we're excited.
Now. What are you particularly proud of that has happened over the last 10 years that you think this is particularly significant for the Jacksonville Public Education Fund?
Well, thank you for that question. There's so much that, our organization and really our community has to be proud of in terms of the progress we've made in public education. 10 years ago when JPEF was founded, our graduation rate was 55%. And today, we are so pleased at the progress we've made. 85+% of our students are graduating high school. And, why is that so significant to the Public Education Fund? Of course, it's significant for our students because we need to see them graduated from high school. But, when JPEF was founded at its inception, what we were really focused on is helping to raise awareness of the dropout epidemic. At the time, 1 in 3 students wasn't graduating from high school within 4 years. And so we launched at the time our 1 in 3 exhibit, our 1 by 1 campaign that really helped to raise awareness of the dropout epidemic, but it also helped to catalyze community action to tackle the issue. I'm personally passionate and proud of that work because some people know this is my second stint with the Public Education Fund. I've been back for about 2 years now. And, in my previous work with the organization, I helped to spearhead our 1 by 1 campaign. And it was just such an important effort to really get, thousands of community stakeholders connected to these messages, and also to get, at least 1,600 community members involved in conversations to help define a vision for our public schools. And I believe the conversations that our community had at the time really positioned us as a community to effectively address some of those areas that the community identified.
And right now we know one of the major issues that people in the community they're talking about is this half-cent sales tax when it comes to our schools. And where does JPEF stand on that? Because we've been seeing in the news about our schools. Some of them have deteriorating conditions. You see things where things need to be done, and the school board wants us to go to a vote in this fall. The city council, maybe not so much. When next year, where does JPEF stand on this issue?
Sure. Well, thanks for that question, Angela. Research shows that the quality of our learning facilities really matters, and there's really no denying that. We see that when we have effective learning facilities or safe learning facilities for our young people to study in, teachers, principals, the students themselves, they're able to focus on the learning. And so, what we have over time been able to do as an organization is to really poll the community to understand whether they would have an interest in supporting a tax increase to support our public schools. And we've heard consistently over the years that the community would support that. In fact, in our poll this year, 78% of residents told us that they would be willing to support a tax increase for school facilities in particular.
So are you guys taking a position on it, getting out there, pushing it, or just kind of doing that research to letting our educators know this is what people want? Is that really your role?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as you mentioned, we're very pleased to see our community having this conversation. We are helping to connect people to facts and information about this issue. We're happy that the school board is convening with the city council, I believe tomorrow, actually Wednesday. And, you know, frankly, we would love to see our community leaders come to consensus so that we can get this issue on the ballot, because we know that our facilities are in dire need, particularly in the communities that require the most support.
Well, thank you, Rachel, for coming in. I mean, it's such an important subject, and it's wonderful to know that there has been a significant difference between 2009 and 2019. So thank you for coming in and telling us more about it.
We appreciate you, Rachel.
You.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you all for having me.
Keep the conversation going.
Absolutely.
Yeah, really.
Public education needs it. So thank you guys so much for having me.
And if you'd like to know more, go on to the Jacksonville Public Education Fund. We'll be right back after these messages.
It's a great day in Jacksonville. I'm Penny Kievit for Buzz TV, and today I'm on a mission. And that mission is going to take us to an incredible organization called Changing Homelessness. And we're fortunate to have Dawn Gilman, who is their chief executive, with us. So welcome, Dawn.
Thank you for having me, Penny.
Yeah, well, you know what? Let's talk about homelessness in Jacksonville. Certainly a topic that's near and dear to my heart.
Absolutely.
And so many good things are happening, from the city to Changing Homelessness to so many of the providers that are out there. So let's start big. So
okay.
Why don't you tell us what's going on with city right now and all the good things that are happening with the mayor's task force?
Great. So on the mayor's task force, Mayor Lenny Curry put together a task force focused on homelessness, specifically in downtown. So one of the big initiatives that has been able to get up and off the ground is the Urban Rest Stop. You and I were both part of a previous incarnation of this that had some issues. This one, I am very happy to report, is being really well run. I was actually there yesterday. Coordinated intake is there. So anyone who is needing any kind of housing services can go there and see what's going on. If you're a veteran, we also have our SSVF navigators and intake specialists there. MHRC is doing mental health or any sort of assistance people need that way. One of the most important things, people forget that Goodwill is also part of our coalition. And on a monthly basis, they're reporting out on getting people jobs. One of the fastest way to help an individual stabilize their housing or get off the street is to get a job or to get a better job. So they are working with these clients and getting them jobs on a very regular basis.
You know, that's all so very exciting. And I think as we talk about the mayor's task force, that some of the best pieces of that is simply all of the entities that touch homelessness in our community are working very closely together. And that has been, I mean, we've had some of those meetings where we've had 30 people sitting around a table, all of whom have a reason to be there because they are a piece of the bigger puzzle.
Absolutely. There's about 40 different service providing agencies within our community. There's about a dozen different city departments that also touch this in various ways.
Right.
To get one individual off the streets and into housing, usually it takes about a half a dozen different people, agencies, programs, whichever it happens to be, to provide everything that they actually need and that boost or assistance to get them off the street. None of us are going to end homeless by ourselves. No agency will, but together we have been able to reduce homelessness almost 30% in our community over the past 9 years, which is phenomenal.
And talk about the veterans. This is where we really have some wonderful, wonderful data.
Yes. So the veteran homeless population has gone down over 80% in that same period. So we have been at the forefront throughout from all our peers in the country on working on this. So we are down to the point now where we have a very accurate by name list, and that's exactly what it sounds like. By name, we know every veteran that is experiencing literal homelessness in our 3-county area, and that is updated weekly. We also case conference veterans weekly, meaning we are looking at who's been on the list the longest, who is the newest, where are they touching, what do they qualify for. If they don't qualify for our bigger programs that are VA, who else is in our community that can assist them with what they need.
How many are on that list, the by name list?
It is at 175, I believe.
That's 175.
175.
Which is amazing at this point in time, given all of the services that have been provided to
Correct.
A whole lot more people, right?
Yes.
We just need to work on those 175.
Right. And the most exciting news for our community is we are working towards something called Functional Zero, where we build the capacity so we can identify and assist any veteran that becomes homeless. So for many months, we've been doing really well at identifying people, but not maybe as well as quickly getting them out of homelessness. I am happy to report that that has now flipped, and now we are housing more people than we are identifying.
That's awesome.
Yes.
Dawn, in our seconds remaining, why don't you tell people how they can learn more and be supportive of changing homelessness and all the great efforts that you are leading in that organization. And if you just tell everybody how to do that.
So if you go to changinghomelessness.org, you can find information about our summer surge, where we're going to go out on the streets, downtown and at the beaches, and look for veterans and other people experiencing homelessness, and learn more about our organization and all of our members that work so hard to end the homeless for every individual experiencing it in Northeast Florida.
Thanks, Dawn.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching. It's been a great day, and I look forward to next time when once again we'll be on a mission.
Are you looking for a new employment opportunity, an employee opportunity, a company vehicle, paid holidays and vacations, a retirement plan? Please visit jackshandymanjobs.com. That's jackshandymanjobs.com to learn more and apply.
Hi, welcome to another episode of Maximize Your Potential with Donovan Darius. I'm Lucretia Darius, filling in for Donovan. On our show, we like to highlight individuals who are doing some amazing things in the community. And today, our guest is Leslie Scott John Barr with Terrell Hogan, and she's doing some really amazing things. Welcome to the show, Leslie.
Hi, happy to be here.
Thank you for joining us. So tell us a little bit about who you are and what you do at Terrell Hogan.
Well, I'm a law partner at Terrell Hogan, and I represent plaintiffs who are involved in injury cases. And when I'm not doing that, then I also volunteer in the community.
So tell us a little bit about the involvement that you have and how that inspires you.
Well, currently I'm the chair of Northeast Florida Community Action Agency, and I serve on other boards as well. I serve on the board for MOSH, the board of Operation New Hope, the board for Three Rivers Legal Services, as well as others. There are more, but those are some of the key ones. And I have always wanted to give back to the community because I was taught how important community is and giving back by my grandmother, Mary Littlejohn Singleton.
So Mary Singleton's your grandmother.
Yes.
We have seen her name many times in the community. Tell us a little bit about her.
Well, you know, I'm a fifth generation Jacksonville native, so we have a long history of family in the community. And her thing that she's most known for is being the first woman and first Black to be elected to the Jacksonville City Council. And then after that, she served in the legislature. She was the first African American from North Florida. And then she went on to serve as Director of Division of Elections and Director of Banking and financial services. So she has had a great career in government, and she was a trailblazer for many.
And so she set an example for you, I'm sure.
Absolutely. So most of my life, I lived with her up until her death in 1980. So she was a woman trailblazing and doing all these things while raising 2 little girls.
Wow.
And so we thought that, it was normal to go to the Capitol after school because, somebody had to pick us up. And if we didn't have anybody to watch us, we just went to the Capitol and ran around, sat in on sessions and things of that nature. And she cooked dinner every single night. I don't remember fast food. And so she was just an amazing person. But even at home, she was an amazing grandmother. And so a lot of what she accomplished, I learned after I got older because I just knew she was just an amazing grandmother.
Wow, that's amazing. So tell us a little bit about Terrell Hogan. How do they get involved in the community?
Well, Terrell Hogan, we're a law firm, about 15, 16 lawyers. And all of us are involved in the community in some way, shape, or form. We serve, several of the partners serve on different boards, serving with different bar associations, being leaders in the community. So we certainly find it as an important asset to be involved in the community and help in ways. We're not always one of the firms that let everybody know what we're doing all the time, but we are always looking for ways to help the community.
That's amazing. And your background is a little bit as far as helping individuals with affordable housing?
So when I first started out, I worked with Legal Services of Greater Miami in their housing unit. So I helped individuals who were looking at facing evictions or foreclosures, and I loved doing it. It was such an important thing to make sure that, they had safe and affordable housing. And after a while, I did that in Miami. Then it was time to come back home to Jacksonville. And when I came back to Jacksonville, I worked with great attorney Bill Shepard. He's mainly known for being a criminal defense attorney, but also a civil rights attorney. Wow. And so I did a lot of the civil work. I did employment discrimination and civil rights cases with his office. And I learned so much, of course, from someone like him.
That's amazing. I think about the people that I've learned from, and Donovan is one of those individuals that I've learned a lot from since joining the foundation. And his passion to help individuals, especially young families, children and boys, to maximize their potential through life camps. And so we host these in the fall and basically spend time just pouring into these young people, talking about dignity, achievement, respect, and empowerment. And like your grandmother, sometimes people don't have role models in the house to help them. And so he uses it as an opportunity to be a role model in the community. So we appreciate what he does as well as what you do in the community. Leslie, tell our audience how they can get in contact with you.
They can call my office directly at 904-356-7842. They could also go to the website, which is www.terrellhogan.com.
Great. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
This has been another episode of Maximize Your Potential. We'll see you next time.